Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy K15, aka Brass Fist, coming at you back with some Mortal Kombat commentary this time. And I honestly don't usually do this, but I kind of feel like this one's warranted because this is about a rumor that is more than likely true that Mk1 might be coming to an end. Now, the person that said this on Reddit has a reputation of being completely right. This guy has not missed one time, and he has insider information. He was right about Mk1 before he even released. He was right about some aspects of Mk11. Dude knows what he's talking about. So let's just start this conversation going off the idea that, yeah, this is all true. And if this is all true, then that means that Mk1 is coming to an end. And how do I feel about that? Personally, yeah, it's about time. I was not the biggest Mk1 defender. In fact, I kind of think Mk1 goes down as one of the worst Mortal Kombat games I've played. And that sucks, because I never want to say that about a game I like. I love Mortal Kombat. I need to make that so apparent. I love Mortal Kombat. But Mk1 was such a letdown from frame one, and I felt it coming. People say they played it like at the at press events and conventions, how it felt off, how it felt slow. I felt that when I saw the trailer. There was just something off about this. From just how weirdly it got announced to the time it got announced. It was like in the morning. Obviously everyone's awake, we're going to watch it, but a morning event, we didn't want to like event it or release it as a show. No, we just had to get this game out, and that's how I kind of felt. WB just kind of felt like they needed to get this game out because they had something else planned, and that fell apart, and Mortal Kombat 1 had to take the spot because, of course, like NetherRealm Studios, no offense to them, in fact, in me saying this, they know what they're doing. If you need a fighting game, and if you need a game done to be at least playable and competent, then I think NRS does a pretty good job of that. They can get a lot of people in the game, and you'll have a fun time. Like, you'll get purchases, but the problem is that once you get those initial purchases, how do you keep the game thriving? How do you keep people buying the product? Why buy Mk1 when MK11 has more content? Why buy MK11 when MKX is a better game? Why buy MKX? Well, you can't buy 9, so that's like segueing into nothing. But the idea is that outside of just getting people initially hyped for the game, there wasn't anything to this game. I mean, the cameos, yeah, but then that's just a gameplay mechanic. Every fighting game has a gameplay mechanic. It's just an assist fighter. Why wouldn't I just play Marvel vs. Capcom where I can actually control the other person? They just had to do something with it because, and this is my headcanon, this is me putting on the tinfoil hat and saying this, the cameo was 100% supposed to be a mechanic in the next Injustice game. I truly think so. The cameos were supposed to be called sidekicks, and they were supposed to be sidekicks, like like characters that weren't going to be playable in the next Injustice. Like, let's say if Robin wasn't going to be playable for some reason, or another version of Robin, you know? That was the idea. I promise you, 100%. You can even see traces of an Injustice game when you look at characters like Rain. Think of characters you need to bring back for a fighting game for Mortal Kombat. Is Rain really at the top of the list? Yeah, Melina and Rain both got announced in the same season, I guess, for MK11. And yeah, and obviously, people love Rain. People love Melina. Melina was a surefire to come back. They don't want to do that again, I feel like, with their fan base, because Melina fans are crazy. But Rain, like I said, Rain has his fan base, but I just don't think that Rain is necessarily someone you would just bring back again in a row. Like, he's a ninja you leave out, you know? Bringing back Rain felt weird because it feels like a character that you bring back because enough of his assets fits into the idea of a character that you were working on previously. Fucking Aquaman. He was just Aquaman. That's what his character was. He has a scepter. He's not a ninja. Nor is Rain really ever a ninja. He's a prince, but whatever. Anyway, he's not a ninja. He's more of a mage. He's casting water spells. He's like doing a bunch of things that would easily fit on Aquaman. And that's just more upon the idea that this game was just made in a rush because it was meant to be something else. You look at the customization, that doesn't exist, major downgrade from 11. You look at the modes don't exist. You look at like things that should have been in the game, especially in a fighting game in this day and age, that just didn't exist in MK11 or MK1. And it's just, yeah, this game's missing a lot. So how can you tell people to buy this game when all you're ever hearing about this game is just how bad it is? That's WB's problem though. My problem is the product that I purchased and it was lacking. I did not enjoy the story. I did not enjoy the gameplay. Everyone says the gameplay is like the best it's ever been, or this is like better than MK11. I don't think so. I think this is actually so very jank. Disclaimer, I think all NRS fighting games are very jank, and I can get into a whole conversation about that, but this one felt so bad to play. I didn't like calling my cameos. It wasn't fun. Everything feels like I'm just pressing a button into the cameo, into the next button, into the cameo, into the ender. The DLC roster, not great. Feels like a product. Feels like WB chose these characters because they have an idea of what gamers want and what it means for the mainstream versus who would have been cool to see. Luckily, Ghostface serves as both cool to see and popular in the mainstream, but they fumble there too. The modes, the story. The only thing this game has going for it is that it looks good, and that's just because MK11 looked good. But yeah, that is that's my little rant about MK11 or MK1. I keep calling it MK11 because MK1 is such a dumb name. I am happy that MK1 is coming to an end. Not in the sense that work was made on this game and it's just essentially going to waste now, but in the idea that now they can actually work on the next thing with nothing but improvements from this. And that should be the idea all the time. It should always be, let's do better. And I think the next MK will be better. So yeah, again, takeaway, I just hope the next Mortal Kombat is allowed to have the time it needs to breathe and be a complete game. Personally, I would just prefer one final reboot to just like retell the story entirely, but that's just me. So yeah, thanks everyone for sticking through this rant. If you made it this far, you can go ahead and subscribe. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'll try and get more videos out. So if you want to stick around for that, really appreciate it. Until then, I will catch you guys.